Hi guys, so here are the notes for 8.2. We are now going to get into specifically different types of quadrilaterals. So quadrilaterals are polygons that have four sides. Now today we're going to be talking about particularly properties of parallelograms. So make sure you have your quadrilateral family tree chart out. That might help you when we are doing all of these theorems and all of these properties for parallelograms. Okay, now we're going to kind of go through each of these, but they should be on your quadrilateral family tree chart. Okay, first thing, let's talk about what is a parallelogram. Well, it is a quadrilateral, which remember quadrilateral is a polygon with four sides. Okay. So that's basically what we're going to be talking about a lot for the rest of this chapter. That we're going to be talking about only about polygons with four sides. Okay. So it is a quadrilateral with both pairs of opposite sides that are parallel. Okay, so that is one of your properties there. And then the term parallelogram PQRS can be written. You see a little shape there, that's fine. And then they kind of show you what parallel. So remember, parallel has the meaning of those two lines. So the two straight up, that means parallel. Okay. Okay, now let's talk about the theorem. So we have 8.3. So that theorem just basically says if a quadrilateral is a parallelogram, then its opposite sides are congruent. Okay, so remember, both pairs of opposite sides are congruent. So PQRS is a parallelogram, excuse me, that's very hard to say. Then blank is congruent to RS. So that means QP, okay, because those two sides are congruent. And then QR is going to be congruent to PX, okay? Then we have theorem 8.4. Now, you don't need to memorize saying, oh, this is theorem 8.3 or theorem 8.4. Just know that with parallelograms, opposite sides are congruent. Just need to know that. Then the next one, they're saying that the opposite angles are congruent. So they're saying angle P is going to be congruent to angle R, and angle S is congruent to angle Q. So just know that both pairs of opposite angles are congruent. Okay, now we're going to use this information to do example 1. We're going to use the properties of parallelograms to find the values of x and y. Now, it does not matter which variable you solve for first. Let's just go with x. So notice that x is going to be a side. Okay? So remember, with sides, opposite sides are congruent. So we have GF, then the opposite side is DE. These two are congruent. So since they are congruent, that means they are equal to each other. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 4x minus 1 equals 15. Okay? So now we just solve for x. I add 1 to both sides. So I get 4x equals 16. And then divide both sides by 4. So I get x equals 4. Now let's talk about the angle. We see y. So with y, remember, opposite angles are congruent. That means they are equal to each other. So angle E and angle G, since they're opposite, so across from each other, they're congruent, meaning they have the same value. So since G is 53 degrees, that means our angle E, or in this case y, is also going to be 53 degrees. Okay? Okay, make sure you go ahead and watch part 2 of this video.